a little bit about her influence on you as a person.
Oh, geez, you're gonna get me choked up here.
That's what the
No,
podcast is made of.
no, I appreciate you asking it.
First of all, what was her name?
Her name was Michelle Murphy.
Okay.
She passed away of breast cancer, and this was 1988, where the research and the technology just wasn't where it is today. Um, so unfortunately, she passed, when I was 12, approximately 12, 13. And, um, you know, she just, she was just an inspiration. She was that type of mom that just did everything, cooked, cleaned. I mean, there was six of us, and we were always, bickering and going all over the place. And she just always found a way to keep everything, you know, comfortable, relaxed, and she just was an amazing parent that you know that I think about every day.
Losing a parent like that so young, did it harden you? Like, I had to deal with this at 12 years old. I can deal with other things as I age.
Yeah, as you age, at the time, you have no idea the impact it has. You seem invincible anyways at age 12 and
Mm-hmm.
13. And then as you get older and you become a parent, you learn, so many different skills and qualities and responsibilities that you can't even imagine of thinking when you're younger. And I always now think about, you know, how my mom would do it, how my dad would do it. And it's not easy. But I feel like she has kind of set the tone for that as a parent. Um, and and that was, 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's different, but it's also, she's taught me a lot without actually teaching me anything, if
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. Like, just by her presence and her doing so much for all of us kids, has taught me to be a good parent. At least I think I am.
Well, yeah, and I think she is with you, even though she's not with you. And I got to credit your dad. Every time I see Dan he
Yeah.
does go to baseball games, and I think you have is Jackson Oliveria related to you?
Yes,
Okay,
he's a nephew.
and every time I see him, he always asks me about me and how my brothers and
Yeah.
sisters. It's just very nice, and I know like a guy like you, like him, attracted a woman like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like, so you got to come from good genes, is what I'm saying, Joe.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Mike. My dad, I think about that too when my dad, you know, raised all six of us. And when my mom passed, and I think about, sometimes when I'm doing it with three kids, you know, my dad did it with six kids,
Right.
double the amount. And my grandma, my nan, Shirley Murphy, she was amazing too. She lived right next door, which was very helpful. So she really taught me a lot too as a parent and what she would do. And it's people like that that really, um, you know, set the tone for you as a parent, and um, you know, motivate you to try to be a good parent.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, I credit my dad a lot for that.
And all those people that have gone before you are proud of what you've done and are doing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
When you took over the baseball program, I remember your first program shirt, and it had PWI was on the sleeve, I believe. Explain what that acronym was, where it came from.
That acronym means play with intensity. Baseball's hard. It's a hard sport because there's a lot of standstill. It's not like a basketball, soccer, where you need to continually sprint and play hard. Um, so playing with intensity was not just, playing hard and hustling. It was kind of always having that focus of what's the situation? Where am I going with the ball if it's hit to me? Being proactive and ready for a ball in the dirt and taking that extra base and being aggressive and just in the now and just always being alert and playing the game the right way. I mean, that's how I was taught. Coach me and Coach Owens and Coach Loudon and my father. And, like I said, I was lucky to be taught that and to just kind of have something where the kids can kind of feed off of was, the whole goal. And, kids bought in. They really did. And I was lucky to have kids buying into that. Um, you know, I'm still preaching it now, coaching basketball to seventh and eighth graders.
You never lose it.
So,
I remember. Go ahead.
No, I just, it's, whether it's a varsity baseball for 15 years or, coaching Mod B basketball, just, it's not asking a lot. Just play hard. That's all it is. I've always been brought up as, you're kind of disrespecting the game that you're playing if you're not playing it hard. So just to try to, reiterate that and instill that into kids' mentalities was, it was our goal, and they really did a great job of that.
I also think when you have kids play with intensity, then they study with intensity, they treat their parents with intensity, so it does translate into other portions of their lives.
Most definitely.
It's funny that you mentioned about playing with intensity. I ran into Pat Mead probably 20 years ago, I think, when you were coaching, and she said she got caught in the teacher's lounge, and some new teacher made a crack at her about why do people find baseball so interesting? It's so boring. And Pat's response was, "It's a thinking man's game." Perfect response in about 5 words.
That's a great response.
And
it is. It's definitely a mental game, and you need to be confident. You need to to overcome adversity, really a lot. So talk about a quality for kids to learn too through sports, and baseball is a great way to learn that. So it's a great quote from Pat. She knows best.
the great John Wooden of UCLA said, "Sports doesn't build character; it reveals it."
When I'm coaching now, like I feel like the biggest thing that gets overlooked is just chemistry. Like I feel like our team in 92, yes, we had John Wallace, that's amazing, but we were so tight. We were all unselfish. We were all competitive. We were all loyal to each other. We all just laughed all the time and had fun, but still competed at a high level and were confident. And it was never about me with anyone. And if anyone was the most unselfish, it was John.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was so loyal and so unselfish and such a great person that he and everyone, obviously we all looked up to him. But
he was 6'8".
Right. Yeah, literally. But we also looked up to him because of his, leadership and his, not just his ability, but he got it. He led us. He trusted us. We trusted him. He's one of the funniest dudes I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
Like we still,
the group text 12 of you.
Group text every day. Sometimes it's too much for me. I'll be honest. They have 70 texts by 11 a.m. I'm not even out of third set yet. So, but just a great group of guys that we continue to laugh with and enjoy each other's company with. And whether it's with our families, with our kids, or it's just for a 50-year-old reunion. Did I just say that? Yeah, we're 50. So, but John is, he has set that tone for all of us, like he's so loyal. And, like a year ago, he got us Syracuse tickets for Cole's birthday for like 6 kids and him. And he did it without even thinking twice, like that's the type of person he is. And we all kind of followed that lead and just, we had a tight bond, and we still do. And it's just kids. I honestly feel like our daughter's team is very similar. Mm-hmm. Like they have that chemistry, and they're unselfish, and they feed off each other, and it's someone different stepping up in different games, and they're competitors. And your daughter has done an amazing job of leading them and trusting them, and they trust her. And she's just been great for Maddie, and she's been great for a lot of those other younger girls that she's not just a great basketball player. She's a great leader, great person. And it reminds me of our team a lot, when we were playing, because it was a lot on, leadership, trust, chemistry, unity. Some teams are different. Teams, some kids want to get their 20 and 10. Basketball's a tough sport. Mm-hmm. It's probably one of the most selfish sports out there, where kids just want to get theirs, and it's hard to teach kids that chemistry piece and unselfishness, where the kids need to learn. Like our team right now on Mod B is similar. Like they play together. They play unselfishly. They play for the team to win, not for their own accolades.
The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style. From the highs to the lows, every story just explodes. Mike's got questions on the go, diving deep from head to toe. Every week the guests align, sharing moments so divine. Stay with us, the pace is fine. Every episode you'll find